Merry Christmas! Welcome to my channel. This is Kaylee Eilander DIY and I am Kaylee Eilander. New to my channel, make sure to like and subscribe so that you don't miss any of my next videos. Today we're going to make an advent calendar, super fun for your kids. Every morning they can come downstairs and to grab one of the numbers and see what their activity is for the day. I decided to do Christmas activities. Some of the things are things we were going to do anyway, like decorate the tree or set up the tree. Other ones are special things that we wouldn't normally do, like go to a production or a live nativity scene in our area. So you can do whatever you want. I'm going to include, on my blog, I will include some free printables for you. I'll put a link down below. It's at kayleeilander.com, and you can use whatever you would like out of those, and let's do the DIY. Where are we headed today, So here's all the supplies you're gonna need. And I got my sticks locally. You could probably just get some out of your yard. And I have free printables on my website. So you're going to print out the printables or whatever you want to say on your advent calendar. And then the first step is just sizing what you want. So I had some fabric that I got at Hobby Lobby in the clearance section. And so now I'm just cutting out my numbers, roughly getting the size that I'm looking for. It may take some adjusting to figure out what size you want your advent calendar to be. I wanted to do a verse on the bottom as well, and so I'm cutting that out here, and then I'm just figuring out where it's going to go. So now I'm going to cut the fabric to size, leave a little extra on the edges because you're going to iron them and create a finished edge with some hot glue. And so here I'm just ironing it, and you're just going to fold over like an inch, and then you're going to hot glue it. So I ironed it down first, and then I ironed the whole piece of fabric there. So you want to make sure that you measure your fabric with your twig or stick, and then make sure that it's going to fit on your fabric and vice versa. Then just give it a nice iron. I did 3 sides, and I kind of liked the bottom fringy, so I think I left it down like that. So you're just going to iron it. And then to make it stay that way, we're just going to hot glue it. If you wanted to sew it, you certainly could, or use fuse tape or something like that. But my fabric was pretty thick. It was a denim fabric that I found. So I'm just making sure that it's going to fit there. I liked the way it looked, so I started hot gluing. And always when you're using hot glue, just make sure that you're careful, because man, oh, it hurts so bad when you glue your fingers. It's a bummer. So then just glue the sides, and you don't need a ton. You're just trying to make that edge look nice and finished. It's still going to look kind of rustic, but and certainly if you wanted to leave the edges plain, you totally could. But I needed to get some refreshers of my glue sticks there. And then you're going to do the other side. Very simple. Again, if you want to do all sides,
instead of just 3, that would be totally fine too. I just kind of liked that fringy look at the bottom, or maybe I left it at the top. I can't remember. So now you're gonna hot glue the top, the twig to the fabric, and you just hold it on there till it dries. Make sure it's nice and solid, and then do the bottom. There we go, just a little bit of hot glue. It's really simple, guys, but I thought it looked fun and kind of like a tapestry or something. It's very natural looking, so love the way it turned out. So now you're going to take your Merry Christmas sign and your letters. Oh, look, I didn't glue that quite down all the way. So here I'm cutting out all the numbers, and just kind of spacing them out evenly so I know where they're going to go, because I'm going to add string on this to connect it to. So I did 5 rows of 5. You could really do whatever you wanted to, but these fit nicely in here. And again, I have these free printables on my website, kayleeilander.com. You'll see them there, and you could also just search kayleeilander.com advent calendar, and they should pop up. I just loved the font. I can't remember the name of it, but I just love the way those numbers turned out. Very fun, kind of farmhouse and rustic looking, but simple and just kind of natural with the twigs. So we're just lining them up, and everybody's is going to be slightly different. You can do it however you want to do it. Okay, so now it's time to figure out the placement of your jute twine. I got this at the dollar store. Very easy. So make sure you leave some around on the edge, because I folded mine around the back and I hot glued it to the back. Later on, I decided to add a piece of cardboard to the back. I wish I would have done it sooner. It would have been better if I would have added it right at this step, because then I could have glued the twine directly to the cardboard. But I didn't figure out that I needed that till the end. So you're just going to eyeball this. You could measure it if you wanted to. What I found, though, was that the hot glue, I really needed to hold it, because I want it to be kind of tight, and if I let go, it kind of sagged, and so I wanted to make sure that it was nice and tight. So here I am trying out clothespins. Now you certainly could use clothespins. I thought that this was how I was going to do it, but they just looked too bulky. And in the end, I ended up using paper clips, because I thought it just wasn't going to work. They were just too big. The ratio of the paper clip to the number was it didn't work. So I'm just continuing on gluing down each row of twine. And this video is in fast motion, so you're going to have to hold it for at least probably a minute or 2. So I recommend doing one side, all of them first, and then doing the other side. Okay, so here's where I figured out, okay, I need cardboard. This is not tough enough. And I tried putting dowels in there, but that didn't work very well. So I just cut a piece of cardboard from a box that I had in my garage. And then I hot glued it on. Pretty simple. Made it really sturdy, and I love the way that it helped to keep it strong. Make sure that your fabric is nice and tight as well, and there's no wrinkles. So here I am just gluing down each jute twine, and on the other side I didn't leave enough extra on the edge, so I would definitely recommend leaving them longer than shorter, because it was kind of hard to get them tucked back around the back. I was struggling on this other side. Okay, so now we have our little strings are ready to go. I would have loved to use silver paper clips, but I did not have any. And so here I am writing activities for Christmas. I put things like decorating our tree, setting up our tree, making cookies, making hot cocoa. Then you're just going to attach them under your number, and then there you have it. I love the way it turned out. Here's the finished product. I also added some lamb's ear from Walmart. I got it for $2. So the whole project probably cost me $5. And I love the way it turned out.
Well guys, I hope you liked this DIY. If you enjoyed DIY videos, I would love to hear in the comments below what you liked about it, or if there's other ideas of DIYs that you would like me to make videos of. I would love to make those for you. So, and if you have any questions, just write them in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you at our next video.